Assalamu alaikum students. Welcome to the chapter Pearls of Wisdom. In this section, you'll discover a treasure trove of timeless truths drawn from simple stories, powerful sayings, and real-life reflections. These pearls, though small in size, carry deep meaning and guidance. Each one shines with a lesson that can shape your thoughts, your actions, and your way of life. So, as you turn the pages ahead, pause and reflect. These pearls are not just words, they are wisdom for the heart and light for the mind.
Yesterday, I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. Today I am wise, so I am changing myself. This quote reflects the journey from intelligence to wisdom. When we are clever, we often try to change the world around us, believing we have all the answers. But with time and growth, we realize that true change begins within. By transforming ourselves, our thoughts, actions, and mindset, we become a more powerful force for good. In the end, real wisdom lies in changing ourselves first. Raise your words, not voice. It is rain that grows flowers, not thunder. This quote reminds us that true impact comes from gentle, thoughtful words, not loud or harsh tones. Just like rain helps flowers grow, calm and kind speech nurtures understanding and change. Raising your voice may create noise, but raising your words, with wisdom and compassion, creates growth. Patience accomplishes its object, while hurry speeds to its ruin. This quote teaches the value of patience over haste. When we act with patience, we move steadily toward our goals, making thoughtful choices that lead to success. But when we rush, we often make mistakes and face failure. Patience builds, while hurry breaks. True achievement takes time, care, and persistence. Independence is of more value than any gifts, and to receive gifts is to lose it. This quote emphasizes the importance of independence. True freedom and self-respect come from relying on ourselves, not on what others give us. When we become dependent on gifts or favors, we risk losing our independence and control over our choices. In the end, independence holds far more value than anything we might receive from others. Desires make slaves out of kings, and patience makes kings out of slaves. The power of patience. This quote reveals the power of self-control. When ruled by desires, even the most powerful become slaves to their cravings. But with patience and discipline, even those with nothing can rise above their struggles. Desires chain us, but patience sets us free, turning slaves into kings.
There were once two brothers. One served in the court of the Sultan, robed in silk and fastened with a golden belt. The other lived humbly, earning his bread by the effort of his own hands. One day, the wealthy brother approached him and asked, "Why do you not serve the Sultan and be freed from the hardship of labor?" The humble brother calmly after a while replied, "Why do you not labor, to be freed from the baseness of service? For wise men have said, it is better to eat barley bread and sit, than to gird oneself with a golden belt and stand in service." True wealth lies not in gold or comfort, but in dignity, freedom, and the peace that comes from honest work. And sir, the humble brother chose the toil of his hands over the golden belt of servitude. Because he knew, true dignity is not found in luxury, but in the freedom of honest work. It is better to live simply and freely than to be bound by comfort and pride. Long ago, a great king was sailing across a calm sea in a traditional wooden boat. With him were his advisors, servants, and a young slave, a boy who had never seen the sea before. The moment the boat began to sway, the boy trembled. Fear gripped him. He clutched the side of the boat, shaking, crying out in panic. Despite kind words and gentle reassurances, he could not be calmed. The king, disturbed by the boy's cries, grew impatient. Just then, a wise old man sitting in the same boat requested the king. "With your permission, O king," he said calmly, "I believe I can help him." The king nodded, curious to see what wisdom the old man might show. The wise man gently guided the boy to the edge of the boat. With the help of others, he let the young man experience the water, not to harm, but to let him feel its depth, its movement, its truth. Startled and humbled, the boy was soon brought back to the boat. His fear was gone. Now, he sat quietly, soaked but safe, clinging not out of fear, but out of gratitude. The king, surprised at the sudden change, turned to the wise man and asked, "What happened?" The wise man smiled and replied, before tasting the fear of the sea, he did not understand the safety of the boat. Sometimes, we must feel the storm to appreciate the calm. And sir, the boat sailed on, carrying not just passengers, but a quiet lesson in wisdom, fear, and gratitude. In the bustling city of Basra, I once saw an Arab of the desert, seated among jewelers. He wasn't there to trade, but to tell a story. His voice was calm, but his tale, unforgettable. He spoke of a time he lost his way in the vast, unforgiving desert. His provisions were gone, hunger gnawed at his strength, and thirst choked his spirit. And then, he spotted a bag half buried in the sand. A surge of joy rushed through him. Food, he thought, perhaps parched grain or bread. But when he opened it, there were only pearls, precious, beautiful, but utterly useless to a man dying of hunger and thirst. He said, I shall never forget the despair that followed that moment. In the dry, burning desert, what good are pearls in your mouth when what you crave is water? When strength fades and survival hangs by a thread, pearls and pot's herds are all the same. True value is not in glitter or gold. It is in what sustains us when all else falls away. Once, a wise sage gathered his students beneath the shade of an old tree. The air was quiet, and the students listened closely as he spoke. My children, he began, learn a skill, master a craft, for the riches of this world are like shifting sand. Gold and silver may glitter, but they do not last. A thief may steal them in a moment, or they may slip away, coin by coin, without you even noticing. His eyes sparkled as he looked upon his students. Wherever you go, he said, your talent will make room for you. People will respect you, you will sit in high places. But he who has no skill will gather crumbs and face hardship. The students nodded, understanding at last. They left that day not chasing treasure, but determined to build it within themselves. Once heard a wise man say, no one ever confessed his own folly more clearly than the one who speaks before another has finished his words. Words have a head and a tail. O shrewd one, do not force your words between those of others. The one who truly possesses deliberation, intelligence, and shrewdness waits for silence before speaking.